Pay close attention. This isn't something you see every day.
Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk about Storm Arena's Baki Hanma, son of Ogre. Now, finally, we have Baki. I know some other people have gotten him. I know they made him in Storm Collectible size. This is Storm Arena size. I'm very excited about this figure, just like I was with Ken and Ryu, just like I was with Hijiro. So, now we have Baki. Now, here he is with the packaging. Once again, we have this window. Then you have the character here in the front, of course. Some legalese at the bottom. Figure on the side. Here's some more poses of the figure on the side. And then, of course, Storm Arena fashion. All these different types of poses that you get Baki in, supposedly. So we're going to put it to the test because I haven't taken this guy out yet. I hear some things kind of rattling around. This head is not really facing up, it's facing to the side. And Baki looks particularly small. So with that being said, let's get Baki out of the box and let's talk about him. All right, so now we have Baki here, and man, let me tell you something. I've been waiting for this figure for a while. Finally, he came out, or I received him, I should say, earlier this week, Christmas week, which it was supposed to be out before then. Don't know why there was a holdup, but anyway, it doesn't matter because he's here now. And let me tell you something, that does not disappoint. This figure is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to the aesthetics, is looking just like it was in the anime to being put right here in front of y'all to see. If you are a fan of Baki Hanma, then definitely you want to get this figure. Now, I know Storm Collectibles made the larger size ones, and yeah, they're expensive. I would have probably got one of him and Hijiro, but since they made him in 6-inch, and you know, that's a good Lord scale, so to speak, because that's what I collect a lot in, is that right there. So, you know, with the G.I. Joe Classified, the NECA Turtles, you know, Street Fighter, all 6-inch. So, is he originally absolutely 6-inch? Probably not, but you know, that's the great thing. The difference in the height scale is going to be phenomenal when you actually put these up, when you put him up against other figures to put on your display or however you're going to have him. He's going to fit in just fine, especially when it comes to fighting figures like Street Fighter, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe if you wanted to, you know, have him fighting against Quick Kick, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. It doesn't matter. The Dreadnoks, who cares? However you want to do it is however you want to do it. But I'm just saying, like Hijiro himself. But anyway, I digress. So taking a look at this guy, I mean, look at him. I mean, that's just phenomenal. Look at that head sculpt. Just straight off the anime itself. When this came out a few years back, I was like, what a great concept that they did with this. And if you go on Netflix, you will be able to find this whole series. That's where I originally seen it. I don't know if it appeared anywhere else before then, but the fact of the matter is that you can see it on Netflix. And I don't know if it's a Netflix original. If it is, and somebody can clarify that, leave it in the comment down below. It's just the fact that I don't remember if it was a Netflix original series or if it's, you know, Netflix bought it and brought it over. Anyway, just like his father, this dude is absolutely phenomenal looking. Now, the head sculpt all the way to the little beauty mark that he has right here above his lip. The hair, phenomenal. And it doesn't get in the way. This here is a good example on how you can make a figure that has hair. Yes, it's short, but the way it tapers down in the back allows him to look up, and that's great for looking up, looking down. His side-to-side motion, especially because he cracks his neck sometimes before he gets into a fight. So you know, you can have him doing that with his hands up. Soft chest, just like all Storm collectibles or arena figures. Yes, so the scarring on his body from his training and his battles, it's all here. I mean, the musculature on the back, you can see slightly the demon on his back like his father has, but his father's is more pronounced. Later on, his does kind of show up even more. Look at these triceps. Just crazy the way they did this. Just like he was in the anime, they have brought it to life here. Yeah, all the way down to the legs. All the damage that he has on there. The ankle wraps, the wrist wraps, his red shorts. Now granted, I know there's ones where he's fully dressed and stuff like that, but this is how he is when he is always in battle. So yeah, and this guy is definitely just amazing the way they did it. For the cost of this figure only being 24, 25, I think, then with shipping was like $30 or something like that. So if you didn't have the shipping and you were able to get this in store, that would be amazing. So yeah, definitely some cool stuff. Before I go and start posing this guy out, because that's what I want to do with him, and because I suck doing it, I'm going to do it a little bit of a different way. But he does come with a few things. I'm just going to show off real quick. And just like Hijiro and all the other Storm collectibles, comes with a stand, as you can see right here. And then, of course, he has his two fists. And I guess you could call these grasping hands or martial art hands, whatever you want to call it. I call them more likely like grasping hands. And then you have some open palm type of grappling hands right here as well. And then another cool addition is this yelling head sculpt. A little strange, but you can use this in many different ways if you choose to do so. Whoops. And that is the simple fact of and he even has a beauty mark right there on his lip. I don't know if it's coming through on camera, but it's right there. His eyes are closed, so you could have him getting slapped, hit, use it as like that, or you can have him yelling through the air. However you choose to do, you still have a little bit of an expression here than just a regular stoic head on the figure. So with that being said, let's take a look at how this guy poses out, and then we'll look at some comparisons between him and a couple other figures to see how he stacks, and we'll end this review. All right, so without getting a little carried away with all the poses that you can pose this guy in, I mean, he poses like butter. The fact that I didn't do it on camera is because I will have you here all day because I suck doing it. So that's why I do it off camera, because it's easier for me to put them into poses and then do it that way. So yeah, some people are really good at it and they can do it real quick. I cannot. I've tried. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes, but not all the time. So I didn't want to take up a bunch of your guys' time because of the fact that, get into rambling and stuff like that when it comes to this figure. Now, if you guys have not, like I said before, seen this show, definitely go watch it. And if you have and you're a fan, pick up the figure, especially if you like it. I would say, I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's one of the best figures that I've seen in a while. And yeah, he's a little small, but he's supposed to be, because right, he was a teenager, like 17-year-old, something like that. The cool thing about this line is that there's a bunch of other fighters that they can make. And that's a rabbit hole you can go down if you want to. Ali Jr., a few others that they have in this series that they can make, and they probably will, or they won't. But anyway, before I digress, on his trunks, the midsection right here, that's a soft plastic as well, just kind of like his chest. I just wanted to point that out. Everything moves smoothly. Nothing that is over tightened or really stiff. Exchanging the hands, the head, everything just easy. Very, very easy. Very user friendly. So that is awesome. That you have this figure that is has the same, if not better, mobility of a Mafex or a what do you call it? I can't think right now. Words are hard this morning. Yeah. Anyway, 112 collectible. Those right there. McFarlane, all of them. Some or an SH Figure Arts figure. Those things are hitting like $70 to $100. Not the McFarlane, but the Mafex and the the SH Figure Arts figures in the Mezco 112. That's what I was trying to think of. Now, don't get me wrong. In their own right, they are absolutely beautiful figures. Expensive as hell. But here we have, just like Jada, you have Storm Arena. Now, Storm Collectibles have their bigger figures that are beautiful as hell, and they're expensive as well. But the fact that they dropped them down in scale, the fact that you can get them for 20 some odd dollars, you get some accessories with them, and the fact of the posability being as beautiful as it is and easy to do, it's a collector's dream right here, man, I'll tell you. Anyway, enough of my rambling, okay? Let's get into some comparisons. I'm just going to roll right into it. So starting off, we have the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes right here. And then we have Jada Toys Ken. You can see he's bigger. They're both bigger than him, actually. And I didn't point that out, so I do apologize before I took Snake Eyes away. And then we have, here we go. We have a Storm Arena Ryu. And then we have his papa, Hijiro Hanma. Now, the scale should be just like this because Baki is shorter than Hijiro, so that's actually cool. And the fact that they're doing this height scale is actually really, really cool because of the fact that, before I take them away, we don't want them all the same size. You don't. You know, here's his father, and the skin complexion, he's tanner, he's more pale. On the box art, he's tanner, but does it really matter? No. But still, you have father and son, and I'll just spin him around. As you can see on his back, you can see the demon right here. And if you turn Baki around, you can slightly see the same demon right here. Just not as pronounced as that one. Now, the Storm collectible figure of Hijiro Hanma, that demon on his back definitely shows up more prominent than anything else. So definitely a cool thing that they were able to put in there. These figures are just awesome. And then last but not least, we have Pimp Daddy himself, Shaggy, who's going to put the end to all quarrels between anybody and anything that's going on. So there he is, Jada's Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo line. Another phenomenal figure. Once again, to show these two together, right? Even though he has his pimp hand up because he knows it's strong. Great figure for posability. $23, right? Okay, and then you have your tax. So let's just say $28, right? And if you consider shipping or whatever the case, but if you buy it in a store, you're gonna pay like 28 bucks. The fact that you can't get him in a store, it's gonna, with shipping, it's gonna be like $30, maybe 32, somewhere around there, whatever it may be. Oh, and the tariffs, don't forget about that. The tariffs, the wonderful things that they do to us, right? Yeah. So anyway, that is my comparison right there for the figures, but you're getting great figures for less money, more bang for your buck, and that's what everybody wants, right? That is the cool thing about these companies with these lines that are doing it. You know, everybody wants to say, you know, Jada and Storm Arena, you know, oh, this, that, and that. They're smart. Let me just leave it at that. Both companies are smart as hell, putting out product that people want for a cheap price, not a cheap price, for a reasonable price, I should say. Not cheap. Sorry, reasonable price. Great product with great posability. This is the way it should be done for all collectors out there. Not these, you know, some don't, and some just phone it home, but that's just the way it is. And if you buy them, you buy them. That's your choice. So yeah, we may complain, we may point out the little flaws in here and there and everything else. Is he perfect? No. Does he have his little flaws to him? Sure, he has a couple, but nothing that drives me nuts like some other lines do. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Storm not Storm Collectibles, I apologize, Storm Arenas, Baki Hanma, Son of the Ogre. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. always hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything new that we are putting up. And I hope you all have a safe and wonderful Merry Christmas, because that's the day that I have filmed this review here. And yeah, enjoy the time with your families, and I'll catch you on the flippity flip.